You don't become dangerous by adding more. You become dangerous by subtraction, by quietly removing the things that make you predictable, weak, and easy to read. Thomas Shelby never announced his moves. He never warned anyone. He simply removed what made him soft, and what remained was a man nobody wanted to cross. That's the secret nobody tells you. The transformation isn't loud. It's silent. It happens in the dark, when no one is watching, where you stop doing 9 specific things. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly what to cut, and you won't tell a soul. Number 1. Quit explaining yourself. Stop explaining yourself to people who were committed to misunderstanding you in the first place. Every time you over-explain, you hand someone power over your decisions. You signal that you need their approval before you can move. Thomas Shelby never justified his choices to anyone at that table. He made the decision, and the explanation was the outcome they witnessed afterward. Here's what you do instead. When someone questions your move, you give them one sentence, or you give them nothing. Because I decided is a complete answer. You are not obligated to make people comfortable with your ambition. The moment you stop narrating your reasoning, 2 things happen. First, people stop arguing with you because there's no thread to pull. Second, you start trusting your own judgment because you're no longer outsourcing it to a committee. The action is simple. For the next week, catch yourself mid-explanation and stop. Let the silence sit there. Watch how it shifts the room. People respect what they cannot fully decode. Your power lives in the gap between what you do and what you're willing to reveal. Explanation closes that gap. Silence keeps it wide open, and that width is exactly where intimidation and respect are born. Number 2, quit reacting instantly. The man who reacts instantly is a man being operated by remote control. Anyone who knows which button produces which response owns you. Thomas Shelby's most terrifying quality wasn't his temper. It was the pause, that long, cold silence before he spoke. In that silence, the other person filled the void with their own fear. Reaction is a reflex. Response is a choice. When you react instantly, you're letting your nervous system make decisions your future self has to clean up. The discipline you need is the gap. Someone insults you, sends an aggressive email, or undercuts you in a meeting. Your job is to do nothing for a measured beat. Breathe. Let your prefrontal cortex catch up to your adrenaline. Practically, install a rule for yourself. No major reply, no confrontation, no decision in the first 60 seconds of feeling provoked. Write the angry message if you must, then delete it. Sleep on the deal that feels urgent. Urgency is almost always a manipulation tactic, designed to bypass your thinking. The dangerous man is unbothered because he refuses to be rushed. When you stop reacting, you stop being a puppet, and you start being the one holding the strings. That control over your own timing is the foundation of every other thing on this list. Number 3. Quit announcing your plans. Talking about your plans gives you the chemical hit of having achieved them without the work. Your brain can't fully tell the difference between vivid talk and real accomplishment. So when you broadcast your ambition, you bleed off the very tension that would have driven you to execute. Thomas Shelby moved 3 steps ahead while everyone else was still reacting to step 1, precisely because no one knew the steps existed. Silence around your plans does 2 things. It protects you from sabotage, and it preserves your hunger. The people who say they're going to do something rarely do. The people who quietly do it are surrounded by stunned spectators who never saw it coming. Be the second kind. Here's the discipline. Pick your current major goal and tell no one who isn't directly required to help you execute it. Not your friends at dinner, not the comment section, not the people who will only offer doubt dressed as concern. Let your results do the announcing. When the work is done and undeniable, the world finds out at the same moment it can no longer be stopped. There is something genuinely intimidating about a person who appears fully formed, having said nothing. They look like they came out of nowhere. They didn't. They were just silent while you were talking. Number 4, quit seeking permission. Somewhere along the way, you were trained to raise your hand and wait, to ask before you act, to check whether it was allowed. That conditioning is the leash that keeps most people exactly where they started. Thomas Shelby never asked for a seat at the table. He took it and dared anyone to remove him. There is a difference between permission and information. You gather information so your moves are smart. You do not seek permission, because permission means handing someone a veto over your life. The people you ask are rarely qualified to grant it, and they almost always answer based on their own fear, not your potential. The shift is this: stop asking, "Can I?" and start asking, "How do I?" The first question invites a no. The second assumes the yes and goes straight to execution. Apply for the role you're not fully qualified for. Start the project before anyone signs off. Move first and let the structure form around your motion. Most barriers you imagine are made of paper. People who seem to have permission usually just acted like they already had it. Authority is largely a performance, and the man who stops waiting to be chosen becomes the one doing the choosing. Number 5. Quit defending your time to everyone. Your time is the only non-renewable resource you have, and most people spend it the way a drunk spends money. The dangerous man treats his hours like ammunition, limited, valuable, never wasted on noise. Thomas Shelby didn't attend every meeting or answer every demand. He decided what deserved his presence, and his absence from everything else made his presence mean something. You've been taught that being available is being kind. It isn't. Constant availability tells the world your time has no value, so everyone helps themselves to it. The people who text you to fill their boredom, the obligations that drain you, the favors that never reciprocate. Each one is a withdrawal from an account you can never refill. The action here is to become comfortable with the word no, and to stop apologizing for it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your hours. "I can't make it" is a full sentence. Audit your week and identify the 3 biggest time leaks. Cut them without ceremony. Guard your mornings, your deep work, and your recovery like they're worth killing for, because they are. When you stop letting everyone access your time starts producing things that change your position entirely. Number 6. Quit showing all your cards. The man who reveals everything has nothing left to wield. Mystery isn't deception. It's the simple discipline of keeping some of yourself in reserve. Thomas Shelby's enemies could never plan against him because they never knew the full extent of what he knew, what he had, or what he was willing to do. The unknown is more frightening than any threat you can name. When you tell people everything about your finances, your fears, your next move, and your weaknesses, you hand them a map of how to use you. Strategic silence isn't about lying. It's about understanding that not everything needs to be shared, and most things shouldn't be. Hold information until releasing it serves your purpose. In practice, this means you listen more than you speak. You ask questions and let others reveal themselves while you reveal little. You let people underestimate you because an enemy who thinks you're weak prepares for the wrong fight. The quiet one in the room, the one absorbing everything and giving away nothing, is always the most powerful because no one can calculate him. Become unreadable, and you become impossible to defeat in advance. Your cards stay in your hand until the exact moment turning them over wins. Number 7. Quit letting emotions dictate decisions. Emotions are information, not instructions. They tell you something is happening. They do not get to tell you what to do about it. The undisciplined man feels anger and acts on it, feels fear and retreats from it, feels desire and chases it. Every one of those decisions belongs to a feeling, not to him. Thomas Shelby felt everything, the rage, the grief, the want, but he never let any of it sit in the driver's seat. This is the separation that makes a man dangerous. You acknowledge the emotion fully. You let yourself feel it without pretending you don't. And then you make the decision from a colder place, asking what actually serves your objective. The feeling is the weather. You are the one deciding whether to go outside. Build this through a simple practice. When a strong emotion hits, name it. This is anger. This is fear. Naming it creates a sliver of distance between you and it, and in that sliver, choice lives. Then ask one question. If I felt nothing right now, what would the smart move be? Make that move. You're not becoming cold and dead inside. You're becoming the one person in the room whose judgment can't be hijacked. While everyone else is being steered by their feelings, you're using yours as data. and moving with clarity they can't match. Number 8. Quit needing to be liked. The need to be liked is the most expensive habit you own. It costs you your honesty, your boundaries, your decisions, and eventually your self-respect. You water yourself down so no one is bothered, and in doing so you become forgettable. Thomas Shelby was not liked. He was respected, feared, and followed, but he never bent his spine to win affection, and that refusal was the source of his gravity. Here is the trade you have to accept. You cannot be both universally liked and genuinely powerful. The two pull in opposite directions. To be liked by everyone, you must agree with everyone, offend no one, and stand for nothing. To be powerful, you must take positions, make enemies, and accept that the right people will dislike you for the right reasons. Choose respect over approval every time. The action is to start saying the true thing, even when it costs you a little warmth. Disagree out loud. Hold your boundary when someone pushes. Let some people be disappointed in you. Each time you do, you'll feel the old anxiety, and each time it'll shrink. Being feared and respected outlasts being liked, because liking is fragile and conditional, while respect is structural. When you stop needing approval, you finally become free to act, and a free man is a dangerous one. Number 9. Quit surrounding yourself with weak people. You become the average of the people you tolerate. If you surround yourself with those who gossip, settle, complain, and play small, their gravity pulls you down to their level no matter how hard you fight it. Thomas Shelby kept his circle tight, loyal, and capable. He understood that the men around you either sharpen you or dull you, and there is no neutral. Weak people aren't necessarily bad people, but they reinforce your lowest tendencies. They celebrate your excuses. They feel threatened by your growth and quietly work to keep you the same, because your rise exposes their stagnation. The friend who mocks your ambition, the company that's comfortable with mediocrity, the relationships built on shared smallness. These are anchors disguised as comfort. The move is deliberate and unsentimental. Audit your inner circle honestly. Who pushes you forward and who holds you in place? Spend less time quietly with the ones who shrink you. Spend more with people who operate above your current level, even when it's uncomfortable, because that discomfort is growth. You don't need a big circle. You need a sharp one. Proximity is destiny. Choose who's near you with the seriousness it deserves, and your environment will start manufacturing the person you're trying to become. So there it is. 9 things to silently remove. Notice that not one of them required you to add anything. You don't become dangerous by becoming more. You become dangerous by becoming less, by cutting away the explaining, the reacting, the announcing, the permission-seeking, and the people-pleasing. What remains when all of that is gone is something solid, quiet, and impossible to manipulate. Thomas Shelby wasn't built from what he gained. He was forged from what he refused. Now you know the list. Don't post about it. Don't announce the new you. Just go quiet. Start cutting and let them wonder what happened.